Wee wee. Welcome into the Chris Egan podcast. It's brought to you by Fat Zach's Pizza. They got 3 locations in Sumner, Puyallup, and South Hill. Home of the original No Big Deal Pickle Pizza. Book one of their 3 food trucks for catering, birthday parties, and graduations and corporate events. Find Fat Zach's Pizza on Facebook, Instagram, and, of course, fatzachspizza.com. You can follow Chris on X at Chris Egan. Catch all of his work up at king5.com. We drop new episodes every Friday here at pucksports.com and, of course, on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Please like, follow, subscribe. Leave a comment. You can follow on the social media platforms. Chris does Puck2040 on X and Instagram. We're on TikTok at Puck_sports. And, of course, Jason Puckett. Did I try to do French?
Yeah, I think you did.
Jason Puckett.
Jason Puckett. Are you on the podcast with Jason
on
Puckett?
Facebook. We are broadcasting from the Buck Sports Studios, built by Limbeck Lumber, the Northwest premier supplier of specialized lumber and moldings, family owned and serving the Northwest since 1930. Summer is here, Chris. You know that is deck and fence season, so contact Limbeck Lumber at 206-782-3487. Visit them online at limbecklumber.com. Puck Sports Studios, built by Limbeck Lumber. And for the first time at Puck Sports, we are in Paris to visit with Chris Egan, who is in Paris covering the Olympics. How are you, sir? How is Paris?
Jason Puckett, it is so good to hear your voice, so good to see your face, wearing the Kraken hat. And, you know, a podcast is going well when you have a 10-minute intro of sponsorships. So congratulations.
It was a little long.
Hey, that's a good sign, Jason. That's a good sign. So we left for Paris on, actually, we left for Paris last Sunday, 10-hour trip.
Wow.
And already, Puckett, I've got here, and I'm loving some things here in Paris.
Okay.
They don't have a 20-minute, 30-minute lunch. They eat lunch from 12 to 4.
Yeah.
Let's bring that to Seattle, shall we?
They don't go back to work.
No, I'm like, why don't we do that in Seattle? I could have a 12 to 4 lunch every day. I came here the day before I came here. I sized myself for my daughter's wedding. Because we got a wedding coming up when I return, so I had to get a suit, so I had to get sized up. Little concern, Jason Puckett, little concern. They pretty much, when you come to Paris, it's raining baguettes and croissants. I mean, you can't go anywhere without a baguette or a croissant dropping in front of you. I don't know how to stay away from the cars.
Isn't it croissant?
That's exactly how it is. But all I know is to say merci and bonjour. The other night, I'm having a hamburger in town. Of course, that's what I do. I eat hamburgers. So I'm having a burger, and it starts raining. And apparently, they're not used to the rain a lot here in Paris, so everybody runs for cover. And this old man, probably about 85 years old, sits down right next to me. And I'm eating my burger, got my fries. He starts talking in French. I'm like, no Francais. He looks at me.
Did you say no French, eh?
No, I don't even know what I'm saying half the time. I said, no Francais. And he just smiles at me. And I can see him catch a glimpse of my fries. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I think he wants to enjoy some fries. So you know what? Why not I, be a diplomat to the great state of Washington with the country of France. And I say, have some fries. And he gives me another answer in French I don't understand. I point to the fries again, and he starts nibbling. We start laughing and enjoying life. And next thing you know, I'm friends with a guy, and I haven't even spoke one word to him that I understand.
Was this a Parisian hobo?
I don't think so. You don't see. I think it was just an old guy trying to get some cover, maybe trying to get some free fries. Maybe, they do this to all the tourists all the time to get free fries.
And do you have your wallet still? the fries, and then it's the sleight of hand, and he's taking the wallet out of your back pocket.
Yeah, but no, had a good moment there. I did realize at Puck, I get a little nostalgic with the Seattle Sonics, and I know there's all these rumors they're coming back, but you realize when you come to an Olympics how big basketball is. I mean, we live in a city where the Seattle Seahawks, are the kings of the county, the kings of King and Pierce County in the state of Washington. You come to an Olympic Games, Puck,
Let's
and
not leave out Snohomish, okay?
Snohomish County, Mason County. I mean, we could go through the whole state if we want. That's another podcast.
Go ahead.
But NBC says, Egan, we need you to get over to the Steph Curry, Kevin Durant press conference, Team USA basketball. And I'm getting over there. I'm thinking, I better get there a little early because this is going to be kind of busy. Not kind of busy, Puck. There were over 500 members of the media. It got so full they wouldn't even let other media members in because it was just packed. There's probably over 100 cameras, and these are cameras from across the globe. And that is how big basketball is to the world. Yeah. Yes, we miss our Sonics. We want our Sonics, and as Kevin's talking, I'm thinking back to that year of, that he was drafted, and we had the press conference. I remember he wanted to be a weathercaster on King 5, but the Sonics said no because I think the rumors were out there they were going to head to Oklahoma City, and they didn't want their players doing anything really in the community. And it just makes me just want this team back so bad because you realize how – and I've always loved basketball, but you realize basketball is just a huge international game. I mean, you come over to another country, you don't see a whole lot of NFL gear, a lot of, stuff, but you see NBA jerseys all over the place. They love this. They love this game all across the country. And I want the Sonics back so bad after that press conference. So excited for this Team USA with Curry, Durant, LeBron will be, is the flag bearer for USA, but they're going to have their work. It's not going to be easy for them to win the gold medal because the rest of the world
has caught up to them.
It really has. And this French team with Victor and Rudy Gobert is good. I mean, you got Luka Doncic over. I mean, it's going to be a fun basketball tournament at the Olympics. We'll see what the U.S. does, but I know there's a lot of pressure on them to win. Kobe Bryant, he was part of that Redeem team in 2008 and 2012. We had the pleasure to sit down with Haley Van Lith from Kashmir. You and I love talking about Kashmir, and Haley's on the 3x3, 3-on-3 basketball team here. And she gave a really good press conference and was asked about her relationship with Kobe Bryant. 2 weeks before his helicopter crash, Puck, he was actually in Kashmir with his daughter watching Haley Van Lith. And Haley says she plays inspired ball. She's been through some highs and lows, transferring from Louisville to LSU, now to TCU. But she always remembers, just what's the Mamba mentality, what would Kobe do? And she's bringing that with her here to these Olympic Games. So it was great to catch up with her. 70-plus athletes. I got to find a way somehow, Puckett, to get out to the canoe, kayak, and crew because we've got like 30 crew members from the state of Washington competing, and it's like an hour and a half ride from Paris, and I don't know how to get there.
What do you just the train?
There's a train, there's a media shuttle, but every time I ask, I get these answers in French. And I don't want to get on a train and not know where I'm going.
Even these, wait, you even get and the answers in French, even though you're at the Olympics. These people try to help you out.
Yes, I mean, I'm like, hey, I'm trying to get out to the crew. Oh, yeah, and I'm like, which bus do I take? Oh, we'll get you there in an hour.
You needed Rosetta Stone, sir.
Oh, I did. So I'm a little behind there, but it's going to be fun. I mean, the opening ceremony, first one ever that was outside of the Olympic Stadium. The boats were fun. It was awesome to see one member of the media actually ask Steph Curry. It was hilarious. I don't know if you've seen this, Puck, online anywhere, but one member of the media goes to Steph and Kevin Durant goes, "What happens if something goes wrong with the boat?"
I didn't see that.
And Steph's like, we're trying to stay positive here. He goes, no, but if something goes wrong with the boat, do you know how to swim?
Do you know how to swim?
And Steph's like, yeah, we know how to swim, but I think everything's going to be okay. So
you never know. Hey, when I saw your video, and I want to just get a clarification. When Team USA was walking into their press conference for basketball, and you're photographing Kevin Durant or videoing Durant, is that you in the background that goes, "What up, Kev"? Is that you?
You know what, Puck? I've never lied to you before, and there was part of me thinking that maybe he'd remember me from that 2007 interview that we did together in Seattle. Apparently, he didn't remember
What if he would? What if he would have stopped, dapped you up? What's up, Egan? How you doing?
Hey, Egan,
how the kids?
What's going on? Is David Locke in the house too?
Yeah. How's Melody's real estate company coming?
Oh,
did you ask a question at all? I'm just curious about. I mean, I saw Durant answer some stuff. Did you sneak in a Sonics question or a return?
I wanted to, Puck, and I'm going to be honest with you here.
It's so Olympic stuff. I get it.
It's all Olympics. Plus, it's 300 members of the media up front. I don't know if you've seen any of the videos, but I am actually they call it MMJ, multimedia journalist, somebody that has to do everything. So
I got another name for it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you, I can't complain about being in Paris, but I'm let's
You're
just say
setting everything up. You got to understand, people.
Yeah.
He's not only just the guy that you see in front of the camera. He's setting up the camera. He's an engineer. He's a producer. I mean, what else am I missing here?
Yeah, assignment desk.
You're a grunt.
I have
assignment desk.
I have to work Google Maps. I've got to get some new luggage to try to get around town.
How much the equipment? Tell everyone everything that you are carrying around Paris, and how much does it weigh?
So an MMJ goes out and shoots their own stuff and does their own live shots. So back to the USA basketball press conference, I wasn't in the crowd asking questions because I was back on the stage making sure I was getting audio. So when I go around town, I have a backpack in the back with my scripts, batteries, and cords. I have a backpack in front, which is like a baby Bjorn, which is holding what's called a DeGero, which is the unit we can go live from. Okay. Then I have a rolling suitcase, which has my camera, more batteries in it, and then I'm carrying a tripod up here and then a light kit up here. So, you know what I've tried to tell myself? This is my workout every day, and if I do it, I can go get some croissants, some baguettes, and some pizza, some pasta, and all will be good in the world. So, no complaints.
And that's I like that. That's the thing is, I think you're going to come back and you're going to be lighter.
Yeah, and you know what, Puck? I got to give some compliments to my wife, Melanie, because I'm happily married, Puck, but the French women seem to be giving me the eye, and I think it's because of my wife. I think it's because of the wife. Because here's the deal: I haven't worn fully white shoes since the 7th grade, and my wife
gotta have white shoes.
My wife comes up to me before Paris and says, "Honey, I'm going to get you a brand new pair of white shoes."
Yeah.
I'm like, I haven't worn these since like 7th grade. She goes, "They're going to love them. You've got it. They're going to go with your outfits.
Sure,
it's pure white. It's the way to go."
Little ankle socks, so they don't see the socks.
If you're listening to this podcast and you don't have a pair of just all white shoes, guys, get one now, because I'm telling you what, I'm doing live shots today, and I had some people taking pictures. Couple Paris ladies came up and said, "Hey, oui," and I don't know what they were saying. Maybe they were mocking.
As you go back to, have you ever seen Ménage à Trois?
No, can't do that. I'm working too hard.
You can't. You're working too hard. You know what? Those who work hard play hard.
Maybe back in Puyallup, but in Paris,
they did call you Chris Ménage à Trois Egan back in Puyallup.
That was never used, Puck. That was never used.
Okay, white shoes. I got a pair of when we went to Italy last year.
Yeah,
a pair of white shoes. Yeah. Do you have the little like? And then they wear those little ankle socks. They don't
ankle
like to show their socks.
You don't want to wear too. Yeah, I don't want to wear the high socks with those white shoes.
No, you want to stick out. They will have that.
Yeah, so I'm giving my wife some kudos on that one there.
Best thing you've had. So you had a cheeseburger. What's the best food?
You know what? I had some right out of the gates. Had some French pasta and wine. I thought that was very good. I'm going to tell you what.
French pasta?
Italian. I don't know what type of pasta it is, but it was good pasta. But here's what I love. Our breakfast buffet every day. Not only do you get the American, Holiday Inn, you get the eggs, the sausage, the bacon.
Waffle maker?
No waffle maker here. They got an omelet maker, but then you've got a whole just array of breads. The baguettes, the croissants. But then I don't know what it is on the international level, but they have a whole meat and cheese section for breakfast, so you can get every type of sliced deli meat you want and every type of cheese you want.
Yeah.
And I'm taking the cheese, I'm putting it in with my scrambled eggs, put a little meat in there, and I'm making my own monster omelet. And I tell you what, I've had a couple of folks from Uzbekistan and the Ukraine look at me like, "You make good omelet," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, hey,
We
you got
call
it.
it a Denver.
We call it a Denver omelet." So I will say this, Buck. I've gone around town quite a bit, and people obviously know I'm when you're wearing a beret that you're not from France and you're from America. And many times people ask, and I do have that right here for you, buddy.
Are you put the beret on?
Yeah,
There you go. Do you wear the beret when you go out?
I
Oh,
was
there you
doing a
go.
lot. I was doing a live shot with this on one day. I was doing a live shot in the morning, and I had this beret on, and some guy rolls down his window and goes, "America."
Yeah. You
You're an
stupid American.
But so I'm doing these live shots, and here's the other thing: when you come to Paris, they are absolutely not lacking in funding for their police because they are everywhere,
Really?
and wherever they move, they have their sirens going. And I swear, I had a dream last night that I was Jason Bourne because it's those European sirens.
Don't you
And
like their sirens?
I
Aren't their
love.
sirens way better? Doo 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 doo.
Here's a couple of things I want to bring back to America with me.
Yeah.
I want to bring back the 12 to 4 lunch. Let's stamp that, and let's bring the European police sirens to the USA because I love those sirens. I feel like I'm Jason Bourne or James Bond every day out there when I'm doing live shots.
What do you not want to bring back? I'll start. Women with armpit hair.
Haven't seen it yet. Haven't been looking for it.
Well, why not? Hey, when you had your burger the other day,
yeah,
what's the condiment they give you?
Well, it was interesting.
Do they go like the Canadians with mayonnaise?
They do have mayonnaise, and I'm going to be honest, Puck. I understand people that ketchup and mayonnaise together is fry sauce. I get it, but it's different. It is different when ketchup is by itself and mayonnaise is by itself. I'm going to tell you, it's different, and I didn't mind it. I thought a little dip in the ketchup, 2 dips in the mayo. I was enjoying it.
I love mayonnaise, the fries and mayonnaise. Always have. Love it.
I'm going to try escargot tonight. I think that's going to be, why not? I've been told it's kind of like a less, it's like a clam, but maybe not as tough, is what I've been told. That's what they tell me here in Paris.
Frog legs?
I haven't tried frog legs. Not quite sure I want to do that. I have a lot of frogs around the Egan house, and I don't know if I really want
to. You got names for them and their pets.
Yeah, I don't.
What's the day like? What time do you wake up, and then when do you crash?
So let's give you the day. We're 9 hours ahead. So I get up about 6 a.m. Kind of look at the day, and every day is going to be a different day. But we'll get up at 6 a.m. Make sure all my gear is ready to go. Go have breakfast, have that big omelet, and then I'll head out to a press conference. Like this morning, it was Haley Van Lith. The other day was Jonas Ecker and Aaron Small, two sprint canoeists from the Seattle area and Bellingham. And then you come back to the hotel or a work area, and you put all that stuff together, send it back to Seattle. And then you get all your gear, strap it on, and then you head on out on a metro bus. You walk, you go about a mile. It takes about literally an hour to get anywhere. And then you have to go through security. I think the first day here, I went through 8 security checks just to get to places. And then whenever I get to I'm live every day on King 5 from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. So that's 2 to 4 here. So set up the live shot. Out there talking to myself for 3 hours, 2 hours, put everything back, head back to the station, head back to the hotel or the workplace, and then I need to do a story for the nighttime. So then I work on that story. But here's the other thing is, like, I was a little late to this podcast today because I had to get video out to NBC. So sometimes when I go to these press conferences, there's not enough cameras everywhere. So they're like, hey, we need sound from that press conference. Could you send us that sound? So then I got to send that out.
How many stations?
We're feeding pretty much all the NBC stations. And then about 10 p.m. our time here, I have to head over to the Eiffel Tower, which takes another half hour to an hour to tape our show for the Olympic Zone. And so then roughly wrap up there around 10:30, get on a shuttle at 11, get back to the hotel at midnight, and then fall asleep and wake up and do it again. So if I
When
could
do you
get,
squeeze in the drinking and the smoking?
well, it hasn't happened yet. So I know it needs to happen.
Come
I,
on.
I know I need, that is amazing. It is pretty, that's another thing that's interesting. It's like a flashback to the 80s here because
Oh,
everybody smokes.
oh, everyone.
I mean, and there's
But they
cops
look so
everywhere.
different. Don't they look different than us over
Oh,
here? I mean,
well,
they're in shape, they're skinny, and they are just, it is dagger after dagger going down.
I will say this: everybody seems to be in shape here in Paris.
Well,
I
because they
mean,
walk around and they don't, it's not
they
fast food
walk, they
every
ride
day.
bikes. Everybody's, I mean, they're
They
pretty
don't
safe.
overeat like we do.
You would have loved one moment though. Outside, yeah, I talk about the security here. There's police everywhere and French army patrol everywhere as well. And they literally carry these AK-47s outside. And the guy's smoking. He's got an AK-47. He like
Wow.
he turns around. And I like duck because I'm like, jeez,
Hey, that's what
just not
freedom,
used to.
that's what's freedom like. That's what
Oh,
freedom is, okay? That's what freedom is right there. Wait a minute. When you say you're doing all of this, are you the only person from like, you're not the only like reporter for all NBC? Like you're
no,
feeding this.
no.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
My main is
West.
Seattle. Yeah, my main is
Okay.
the main station I'm feeding is King 5
You
in
doing stuff for
Seattle.
Portland? They have someone from Portland there?
Yeah, but we'll let's just say I went to that Haley Van Lith basketball press conference.
Yeah.
Well, there's Jimmer Fredette who grew up in Denver. Well, Denver was somewhere else today, so I give Denver that. There's a
Oh,
gal
I
named
got you.
Ryan Howard who's from Atlanta. So Atlanta wasn't at that press conference, so they're like, "Can we get sound from that press conference?" So
Oh,
that's
yeah, yeah.
I'm there. I went primarily for Haley Van Lith, and then once they know I'm going, they're like, "Well, then Egan can also get Jimmer Fredette."
How's pickleball in Paris? Catching on? Is it a thing? Do I have
It is
courts over
catching.
there?
It is catching on. I'm a little concerned that I haven't found the courts yet, but I've been told because I've
There
asked
are
people about.
courts.
There are courts here. Tennis is the main sport here. Let's be honest. They love their tennis. They love their rugby. They love their soccer. Obviously, is number one. I mean, you
Yeah.
see kids dribbling down soccer balls down the streets here.
Basketball's got to be up there now
And
too.
basketball is huge. I mean, you mentioned I should have got a San Antonio Spurs jersey with my white shoes. I mean, I think I would be. I mean, that would have been a go-to outfit.
I got a man on the street idea for you.
Okay.
Okay, squeeze it in with all your free time. Start walking around. You've seen that the Mariners made a big trade. They got Randy Arozarena.
I did. I was
So,
getting a little. I was like wondering if I was going to see Ty France while I was here.
oh, good one.
Thank,
Good one.
thank you, Puckett.
Now I had this idea of you walking around and asking French people about what thoughts on Randy Arozarena going to the Mariners, and then work in. Are you guys disappointed the Mariners cut Ty France? Like, if I swear to God, can you just do it like on your
Oh,
phone or something?
I could probably.
And I know you're busy. I know you're busy. Just
Yeah.
walk up to some French people, especially the ones that are like the really angry looking ones they don't want to talk, and like at a cafe, and just like have the cell phone out and be like, "I'm a reporter from Seattle. Can I ask a question? Are French people upset that Ty France was released by the Mariners?" Just,
I will report back in a week from
do it.
now.
Just do like one or two and just see
Oh,
what happens.
it would be
And
fun.
Randy Arozarena, what grade would you give that trade? See how the French react. Is baseball big in France? I don't know.
No,
I'm not
I
sure.
can't find it. I can't find any. I have yet to see an MLB jersey.
Do you think they're French? Did their well, yeah, they're the host city, so they have a baseball team.
No,
Oh, then
there's
we don't have
no
there's no baseball. There's
no baseball, no softball, no karate at these Olympics.
But baseball's
So
coming back in LA, right?
I think so. I think softball probably will come back in LA too because the U.S. dominates softball, so they'll want to get that back on the Olympic Games.
Do the French athletes, like when they're like doing the javelin, are they over there on the side with a heater?
Cigarette?
Let me put a heater. Yeah, let me put that down real quick. Let's go throw the javelin.
I'm going to tell you what. If you haven't watched it yet with the Olympics, I love their rugby. It's like 10-minute halves, and it's fast. It's quick, and it's over in like 30 minutes. Olympic rugby.
Olympic rugby is different than normal rugby.
Yes, they go 10-minute halves with like a 2-minute halftime and no speeches from the coach really. And you love that, Puck. You love a no speech.
No post game speech where we put let's take everybody out in the left field and tell Jimmy and Johnny what they did wrong.
They don't do that at all. They get right to business and they go. So and it's fun. You know, we keep talking. You mentioned how everybody's in shape here, and you're right. I look around this. Everybody, you're right though. They either ride a bike or they walk, and that's all they do. So
yeah,
let's bring that back to America too. Hey, let's get off. Let's start walking a little bit more, America. Come on.
I'm with you, man. It was like it's a wake up call for me. When we were there last year in Italy, you're just walking around. It's not like everyone's in perfect shape, but they're not like us. I'll tell you that. They're not like us.
No, and they can put more people on the metro. Trust me, I'm in there with all my gear, and I'm taking up 2 spots, you know, and so I don't think they're happy with me, but they can do a lot more.
Yeah, no rude encounters. No one's been rude.
You know what? So far, I got to be honest with you. I heard about this. Like, watch out, you know, for the friend. Everybody has been very polite to me. All I do is I say a bonjour. I've had a couple people when I bought some stuff, you know. One guy was like, I'm like, huh? And he goes, I want to teach you how to say credit or cash. So he was trying to teach me a little bit, which was great because I said credit card. He goes, no, it's and I've already forgot what that word is, but
I think they want phone. I think you can put it on your phone.
You do have Google Translator on your phone. Yeah. I tried to do that with the old man, but it didn't seem to work very well. I was like, put it up to his face, and when I did that, he didn't talk. So I don't know what he was doing. But so far, everybody has been very nice. No complaints there. I know Lester and Mike Tirico send their best to you. Celine Dion Celine Dion wanted to get on the show today, but was busy performing at the opening ceremony. Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning wanted to jump on.
Yeah, I love Peyton Manning. So we record this. This is we record this. This is on Friday. This is 8:40 in the morning here in Seattle. So we're 9 hours ahead. You're going to ask me to do math. We're talking 3, 6. What is it? Almost 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Yeah, it's almost dinner. Almost time to get some escargot.
Yeah, but that's the other thing. Are you blown away how late they eat?
It doesn't seem like they stop eating. I'm going to be honest with you. They do not have breakfast early though. That is one thing. Like the Starbucks here only I think opened at 7, and I think some other places. Like I went to try to get something early because I was up 5 a.m. one morning and there was nothing open that early. Yeah. So I will say this, Puck, though, that I don't want to bring back is I can't seem to find donuts anywhere.
Why is this? You can't get a donut when you're in Paris. You go ask for it. Can I get a jelly-filled donut? You got a place around here with a maple bar, a bear claw?
No, they do have eclairs.
Yeah, you're in croissant. You need a croissant. You know what? They do it right over there. I'm going to tell you that right now. Right. Those Europeans, they do it right.
And a week from now, we're going to have some, we should have some results Trinity Rodman, who spent like 3 weeks on the Wazoo campus, and yet we claim her as a former Coug.
I know. I saw that.
She never actually played a game for Wazoo, but yes, I can confirm she was on the Wazoo campus for a couple weeks and practiced with the team she scored a goal for USA. I don't put her on my list of 70 athletes because I think that's pushing it quite a bit, but it's going to be picking up here. A lot of action. Gymnastics gets rolling. Swimming gets rolling. So it's gonna move pretty quickly here, and every day is going to be a new adventure. So it's going to be fun to watch this all kind of how it plays out.
You are the very best. We appreciate you carving out time. Follow all of Egan's adventures on X at Chris Egan 5. All of his work at King 5. All the reports on King 5, king5.com. The Olympic zone coverage. What's the handle on Instagram? Is it King 5? I think it's Chris Egan 5, yeah. Chris Egan 5. When is the Olympic? What do you want to promote? The Olympic zone coverage and all that kind of stuff?
I don't even know what that thing is.
I have no idea. It looks like a red poop or something. What is that?
That's
What
their
is
mascot.
that?
I don't know what
Okay.
it is. We got. I'll be live every morning, 5 to 7 a.m.
Okay.
We got the Olympic Zone. It aired last night at 7:30. I don't know if it's 7 or 7:30, but it's right on
Okay.
before primetime coverage every night, Monday through Saturday. So
Okay.
we're gonna have some great stories on there. We got a good crew back in Seattle that's been editing nonstop, and it's going to be fun to share all these stories and bring it back to everybody. I tell you what, I was complaining about how much gear and stuff, but it's the Olympics, so you just do what you got to do to make it happen. And that's what we do. So,
Okay, new episodes of the Chris Egan podcast. We do it every single Friday. It's brought to you by Fat Zach's Pizza. We release them at 1 o'clock with every episode dropping on Friday at 1 o'clock. YouTube, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. And, of course, right here at pucksports.com.
oui.